The Cleveland Cavaliers are your 2K24 Summer League champions, but, oh wait, breaking news, nobody cares about Summer League, so I'm here to tell you what you should be caring about, NBA Summer League Edition. Alright, so today I'm going to be covering the top 5 picks, some standout players, and a redacted mystery section that you're just going to have to wait and see what it is. So from that championship game, Isaiah Mobley, brother of Evan Mobley, put up 28 and 11 with 3 assists, winning the championship MVP. Victor Wembanyama got up some of his first shots in a Spurs uniform. This is him in his first official practice. Everyone's taking videos, of course, as the 7'5" man finally touches down in the United States. I'm sure you people heard about Britney Spears, that whole situation that happened with Victor, where apparently his bodyguard slapped her, but it might have been a little bit mis-exaggerated, over-exaggerated, whatever you want to say. But Victor Wembanyama, a lot of people were saying after this practice that he was full of bricks. We got some Twitter comments here, even one saying that Wembanyama is rebuilding San Antonio brick for brick. It's pretty good, but was it all hype, and is there too much pressure for Wemby? Let's find out. In Game 1, he had 9, 8, and 3, and he said, quote, "I didn't know what I was doing out there." Game 2, 27, 12, 0 assists, and the Spurs saw enough, benching him for the rest of the Summer League, and we're not going to get to see Wembanyama now until October. But he did show signs of greatness, obviously, as we all expected, being a defensive presence, putting about 2 blocks up per game, and as you see there, put-back machine, getting quite a few boards over the smaller competition, and basically everyone in the NBA is smaller than him, so he's going to have a lot of opportunities for these putbacks, and as you see again, he's getting out in front in transition. Who's going to stop that? He's out there faster than you, even though he looks slower, but his long strides make it so he can get down the court easily, and here's him on a drive, and missing, getting his own rebound here. That's just been one of the highlights that really I've taken away from Wembanyama in Summer League here, flexing on him a bit. And this was probably my favorite play that I saw from his whole Summer League 2-game experience, but that turnaround with great footwork inside, showing that he can score from multiple angles. So the pros are everything I just mentioned. He's huge, he's got a smooth offensive game, and he's a transition nightmare. But with the cons, he's undersized bulk-wise, he's weak inside, and he settles for a lot of mid-range, and he's not guaranteed minutes with his injury status. So for a 2023 season prediction, that's my stat line I give Wemby, with about 63 games played, gonna take some load management.
I don't know these two. No, I can't see. Yeah, I'll keep the small forward, whoever that is.
Last couple of days with a TikTok video that was circulating, you didn't know who Chris Middleton was? Tell me what happened.
I know who Chris Middleton is. I think people should have more fun in the NBA instead of just always serious. I think I can bring the fun back to the game.
Now he did tell me guys beforehand that he was intentionally trolling, right?
Yes, I troll the media for fun. So if you take it, laugh at it.
So that was obviously Brandon Miller, the number 2 pick in this year's draft, and he does play basketball apart from trolling the media, and he is pretty good at it, obviously, with those stats coming in. He's a total microwave on offense. He's going to make bucket after bucket if you let him, if he's open, and honestly, does seem like one of those guys right now who is a bit undersized for the wing position, but that is kind of playing into today's game. We're going to talk about another player later in Emoni Bates, who is very similar, very skinny, very thin, I guess you could say. Very similar to the Kevin Durant build, the Brandon Ingram build, even Wemby coming in with that archetype of thin wing. As you see, Brandon Miller still slamming it home. He's a 3-level scorer. He can get to his spots, and once he bulks up, Brandon Miller does look to be much better than he is now, even though he's had a few good games in college. Here's my season prediction, and let's go on to pick number 3, Scoot Henderson. Alright, so we've got pick number 3, Scoot Henderson here, who was projected to go number 2 for the longest time. He had been seen as consensus for almost until the draft came, but the Hornets ended up going with Brandon Miller, and Portland came and got Scoot Henderson. So Scoot Henderson, I love him on this team. He was one of my favorite prospects coming in. He's incredibly smooth. He passes more than you would expect him to, given his athletic ability, and he just has a great feel for the game out there. As you can see, he scores multiple angles around the rim. With his athletic ability, that is making him even better. Great finds, and Scoot's ceiling is really determined by how well he can continue shooting the ball like that. He wasn't a great shooter when he was on the G League Ignite, but he was only 17 and 18, just barely into his 19-year-old season when he played there. So the upside is still tremendous. As you can see, he's finding everybody that he needs to. His composure as a guard is incredible, like I've said, but again, he needs to continue progressing that 3, and he'll really be a 3-level threat. Here are my season predictions. I do think he has the highest chance to win Rookie of the Year, and I think he's going to be the heart of this team when Dame eventually leaves. So pick number 4 is one of the most athletic guys in this draft. It's Emoni Thompson, twin brother of Ausar Thompson, who's number 5. He's going to be talked about next. But Emoni didn't do a lot in Summer League. He did look good in 3 quarters before spraining his ankle, and the Rockets were very pleased about what they saw with Emoni. So I can see why. He's scoring floaters from the free throw line, playing hard on defense, getting out in transition. Here he is driving, and of course he's going to score. What a great finish with his left hand. Great finisher around the rim, obviously, and here's a replay of that. I think Emoni's going to be really good in the NBA, but there wasn't enough in the Summer League that we can talk about. If you guys want me to do a further breakdown on his time with the Overtime Elite League, I can do that. Here's my takeaways. You can pause it if you want, but we're going to be talking about a lot of similar things with his twin brother, Ausar, in the next segment. So Ausar Thompson, twin brother of Emoni, is getting advice here from Jerry West, the logo. He was drafted number 5 overall by the Pistons, and in his games this summer, he looked amazing. Honestly, I know I've been saying about all these prospects, but Ausar is probably the best looking one out of the gates, taking a more secondary role in the Overtime Elite League, but here it looks like he can really spread his wings and fly. There's Marcus Sasser, who was actually the Summer League's highest scoring game this year with 45 and 3. Monty Williams saying of these two that he would arrange a marriage with his daughters, and they're both rookies, so if you want to pause that quote and read it, you can. There's a little bit more of Ausar, and as you can see, all of this footage so far is in the first quarter of this game with all of these incredible plays. Look at how much hustle he has. Look at Grady Dick just getting out of the way, and Ausar is still fighting for the and one. Detroit was down the entire time to Toronto, and here, watch this clip with 7 seconds left. Who else has the ball but Ausar? Great step back. I'm going to let you guys hear the call for this one.
Thompson, of course, deep 3, bang at the hole.
He's in one of his first Summer League games, and they're already saying, Thompson, of course. I thought that was incredible. And again, showing his presence on the defensive end, blocking 7'2" Moses Brown, who may or may not come up later in this video. But Ausar with another steal out on the break, and you can tell they're just keeping him in this game. He's definitely a sleeper Rookie of the Year. He might play every game. He's an incredibly hard worker. He's composed, ultra athletic like his brother. But now we're going to go to somebody who hasn't played in over a year, breaking his foot last Summer League. Chet Holmgren back in action, looking pretty good in his first couple Summer League games. Chet is another one of those guys that fits the archetype of the skinny, new big, the Ralph Sampson, 7'2", shifty, not too shifty with Ralph, but Chet is bringing that into the game. He was the first guy to come in and do it, and I think it's going to be a really fun comparison to see what he versus Wemby do. Look at Chet get up for that, but him and Wanyama, very similar prospects coming in, and now they're both going to be playing as technical rookies. They competed against each other in the USA versus France under-19 game a couple years ago. They were both the star players for their team, so it's going to be really interesting to see that dynamic work its way into the NBA. There's not going to be as much competition between OKC and the Spurs, at least right away, but it will be interesting down the line to watch that. Chet get up for one. Chet definitely looks bouncier and stronger than he had been before, even though he's still getting kind of pushed out of the way by mid-level wings, but that doesn't really matter anymore in this NBA. So he's a really fun player here, fits their system well. He's gained weight off the injury, but he's still undersized, like I've been saying. He needs to stay healthy to be productive, and he's probably a sleeper rookie of the year without enough games, probably around 62, 63 games.
The following content is only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moses Brown, is he going to do A, underhand, Rick Barry style, B, overhead like Manute Bol, or C, one-handed, quarterback, Peyton Manning style? It was letter C, perhaps the most ugly free throw of all time, or is it? Now we have the battle of the terrible free throws. Go. Taco fall, one-handed, I can't even commentate on that. Oh my god, watch it again. What is the hand wave? Yeah, so who won? And who's next for the redacted section? Put it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this. And now we're going to get on to some first team. So the Summer League MVP was Cam Whitmore, who was projected in the top 5 coming in, but he fell to number 20. And similarly, Chiante George was on the first team. He fell. He was supposed to be in the top 10, but he fell to number 16. Let's watch a little bit of Chiante highlights. He's a little shifty kind of guard. I really wouldn't know who to compare him to if I had to go on a little bit of instinct here. Maybe like a Colin Sexton, maybe prototype Dame if he didn't dunk as much. But Chiante is really a little undersized at the moment, but that's how most of these young guys are coming in. He's still a great shooter. He can get his shot from anywhere, and good find there as well. Chiante's got quite a bit of potential, but he is similar to Brandon Miller in the fact that he is a microwave. If he's not shooting well, he's not going to produce nearly as much as you would hope to have him produce. A couple games at Baylor this year, he had 32, he had 27 a few different times, but he also had a few games where he had less than 10 points. I see 6, 4, 8, 8, 4, 6, 7. So depending on how well he plays in the games, like I said, he's a microwave. We're going to need to see less of those inconsistencies and more of these high-scoring blowouts. But right now he seems to be a backup point guard similarly to Jordan Clarkson. But Chiante, guy to watch. So now we're kind of getting into the depths of the Summer League with the second team. We've got some standout guys on here, though. Emoni Bates, we're going to cover. Max Christie is going to be the Lakers' darling, the new THT, the new Austin Reeves. I think they're going to love this guy, the fans at least. Then we got Jabari Smith, second-year prospect, had a game winner. And we're going to watch a little bit more Emoni Bates here. Here's him in college. And as you guys can tell, I like the microwave-style player. I think it fits the modern NBA well. You got Michael Porter Jr. as well, who really with that Nuggets team, all he did was shoot. And, I mean, if you're watching Emoni right now in the background, you can see that he just wants to shoot the ball. If there's nobody else around, it doesn't matter. If there's guys all over him, it doesn't matter. In this game with Eastern Michigan, obviously they're 4-15, but it doesn't matter with Emoni because if he has the ball, you're probably going to get a shot at the very least. So he had the last 27 points of this first half for his team, and that's not something we see from prospects very often, which makes Emoni so exciting coming into the NBA. He was a second-round overall pick, but that is largely because when he reclassified as a senior in high school to go and play for Memphis early, he did underperform, having to transfer to Eastern Michigan, which is lesser school, lesser competition, less exposure. But now, with the Summer League Cleveland Cavs, he's putting on kind of a show, making the second team and contributing heavily to their team's win of the Summer League Championship. Again, it doesn't matter, it's Summer League, but Emoni's still fun to watch. He is an elite shot chucker. Very similar, like I said, to Michael Porter Jr. I don't think the Cavs are championship caliber like that, but you need a guy who you can rely on to not care about the situation and to just shoot the ball. Not a Denzel Valentine type, but someone like Emoni who can actually score. But funnily enough, Emoni did post a fake stat line of himself after one of the games with him scoring 27 when he only had 12. But Emoni Bates is still looking to be more productive than a usual 49th overall pick is, and I think he was a great pick for this Cavs team. So unfortunately, that's all the time we have left for today. But if you guys want me to do any more NBA content, I'm actually going to be making a Bucks Summer League recap video, as you can see by all this stuff in the background. I'm a pretty big Bucks fan, been around for a little while, but I'm going to be doing more NBA content. If you guys want me to do anything else, just put it in the comments below. I'll try to get back to you guys if I can. And thank you again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and take care, everyone. Be safe.